Planets are shrinking, speeding up, erupting, and showing possible signs of life. Oh, and we might have also mastered redirecting asteroids, which could very well come in handy should one big one ever try to come knocking at our front door. Let's get into it. Recent images produced by the James Webb Telescope provided scientists with some incredibly valuable insight about what truly lies beyond our galaxy. In 2022, NASA, in partnership with international space agencies, were finally able to begin observing a much larger chunk of the universe through the use of the world's most powerful space observatory. The never-before-seen aspects revealed by the James Webb Telescope are both absolutely stunning and incredibly humbling, as they show the true nature of the vast expansion of space and emphasize just how small we truly are in comparison to the rest of the universe. Some of the first images revealed a massive group of galaxy clusters that acts like a magnifying glass for the objects behind them in a phenomenon called gravitational lensing, which allowed the telescope to get a more in-depth look at incredibly old and faint faraway galaxies. Other images include the Pillars of Creation, located 6,500 light-years away in the Eagle Nebula. Then there's the Southern Ring Nebula, Stephan's Quintet, the Carina Nebula, and this incredibly mesmerizing Cartwheel Galaxy. All of the images are absolutely breathtaking and incredibly exciting, especially when it comes to truly understanding the secrets of our universe. Also in 2022 was the discovery that we are actually far more prepared to protect the Earth from potential asteroid strikes than previously thought. In late September of 2022, NASA successfully completed the first ever test mission for planetary defense after purposefully slamming a spacecraft into an asteroid called Dimorphos orbiting a larger space rock called Didymos. The double asteroid redirection test, also known as DART for short, was luckily a complete success and not a complete waste of money like a large number of NASA's previous endeavors. The collision of the spacecraft with Dimorphos significantly changed the asteroid's trajectory and the future of Earth's defense protocols in regards to incoming objects from space with the potential to cause damage to Earth. As even though neither Dimorphos or Didymos were of any threat to Earth at this current moment in time, the same technology and methods could be employed to protect against a real asteroid strike at a later date. Another revelation scientists were not expecting came to light last year in 2023 and turned our understanding of Earth's moon completely on its head. Why? Well, because according to recent findings, the moon may very well be at least 40 million years older than was previously thought. Last year, after examining small impact crystals known as Zircon crystals found within lunar rock samples obtained during NASA's Apollo 17 mission to the moon, created by the massive collision between Earth and a Mars-sized planet that eventually led to the formation of our moon, scientists noticed that some of the crystals found were much older than others collected from the surface of the moon, and in some cases 40 million years older. The discovery has the power to change our entire understanding of Earth's evolutionary timeline. So our moon is old. That's nothing to worry about, right? Right. But the fact that it's shedding might be. Okay, maybe shedding isn't the right word, but there's definitely something going on, because recently scientists discovered an incredibly close to Earth object that they now think is likely a chunk of our moon. The object was first discovered in 2016, but scientists really didn't know what it was until later in 2021, when analysis revealed that the object's composition was incredibly similar to the composition of our moon. There were two things that prompted scientists to look into the object. One, it's so close to Earth that it almost appears to orbit Earth, although its actual orbital partner is the Sun. And two, it is projected to stay close to Earth for the next couple million years, which is strange because most near-Earth objects move on after about a decade. The distinction that the object is likely a lunar chunk came after they discovered that light emitted from and absorbed by this object showed clear signs that it was likely made of moon rock that likely broke off from our lunar body after the moon was hit by a passing asteroid. Scary and fascinating. Speaking of moons, in 2023 scientists confirmed the presence of 12 new moons orbiting Jupiter, bringing the planet's natural satellite count all the way up to 29, which is a whopping 28 more moons than we have here on Earth. While the moons were originally discovered in 2021 and 2022, it took until 2023 Mercury to confirm their presence. These new moons are small, ranging from just 0.6 to 2 miles, 1 to 3.2 kilometers wide, and most of them have incredibly wide orbits, with 9 of the newly discovered 12 taking more than 550 days to orbit around the circumference of Jupiter. Jupiter, the 5th planet from the Sun, only 2 behind Earth, is known not just for its moons, but also its stripy appearance caused by differences in the chemical composition and temperature of its atmospheric gases, and its giant red spot, cause unknown. Now, while the discovery of new moons orbiting Jupiter is fascinating, what really has scientists excited is what they discovered on 2 of Jupiter's previously known moons, Ganymede and Io. Starting with Io, the innermost of Jupiter's moons. Recent discoveries revealed that this particular moon is a crazy hotbed of geological activity. I'm talking about volcanoes with towering mountains, vast lava plains, and highly active eruptive centers. Observations through the James Webb Telescope's advanced instruments allowed scientist Amike de Pater and her colleagues to get a better look at the discovery, which they are particularly excited about because getting to view these volcanoes, and even the eruption of one, Loki Patera, in November of 2022, has allowed them to further understand the dynamics of Jupiter's volcanism and its complex atmosphere. So, if Io is a hotbed for volcanic activity, then what does that make Ganymede? Well, technically the two have no influence over one another, but segues are hard sometimes. The real question here is actually what makes Ganymede so special. For starters, it's the only moon known to have its own magnetic field, which causes auras, ribbons of glowing hot electrified gas, in regions circling the north and south poles of this moon. The planet could possibly also have the perfect conditions for the development of extraterrestrial life. You see, a 2024 study done on the surface of this moon indicated that Ganymede's icy rocky sea bottom might very well be in contact with salt water, an interaction which scientists believe is key for the development of life. Fast forward to 2022, and scientists have detected the first signs of hydrogen peroxide on Ganymede, a discovery which has only furthered their belief that Ganymede is a hotbed for geological activity and that life on this moon could very well exist, hidden beneath its icy surface. Alright, let's step away from the growing excitement of Jupiter's moons for a second and talk about the fact that Mercury is literally shrinking. You know, the planet known for being closest to the Sun with the fastest orbit and shortest year of all the planets in our solar system, coming in at just 88 days. My god, could you imagine if a year was just 88 days? I mean, they go by fast enough as it is. Anyways, in 2023, scientists discovered that the solar system's smallest planet might actually be getting even smaller. Giant cracks called scarps found on the planet's surface are believed to have been created as the planet shrunk over long periods of cooling. While scientists originally predicted the scarps to be billions of years old, new evidence has revealed that some of them were no more than just 300 million years old, which suggests that the planet didn't actually stop shrinking a couple billion years ago, and that it might be continuing to shrink to this day. Another shocking revelation was discovered on Venus, the second closest planet to the Sun, the 6th largest, and the absolute hottest planet in our solar system, named after the goddess of love. You know what else is cool about Venus? Oxygen. That's right, in 2022, scientists were actually able to detect oxygen in Venus's atmosphere for the second time ever in recorded history. Not regular oxygen though, molecular oxygen, which is made up of unbounded oxygen atoms. It was spotted by NASA's Stratospheric Observatory for Infrared Astronomy, a telescope attached to a large plane. Not a rocket, a plane that actually flies above the majority of interference from Earth's atmosphere in order to detect anomalies on other planets. How they used a telescope to detect oxygen is unfortunately beyond my scope of knowledge. Also unfortunate, the presence of oxygen on Venus does not point to signs of life, but rather a reaction in which solar radiation breaks down carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide in the atmosphere to form molecular oxygen, which is essentially useless because it's not breathable, but it's still a pretty cool find. Moving on to Mars, the 4th planet from the Sun, sitting directly behind the Earth, named by the Romans after their god of war because of its reddish color. Well, Mars is speeding up, not in terms of orbit, but its personal rotation, aka its spin, and scientists really don't know why. Data collected in 2023 during NASA's InSight mission revealed that Mars's rotation is actually accelerating at a rate of 4 milliseconds per year. What I'm saying is it's getting faster, and subsequently its days are getting shorter. There are 2 theories theories here for why this might be happening. One, a buildup of ice at the planet's two poles are causing mass distribution discrepancies, and two, post-glacial rebound, which is a phenomenon in which land masses rise up after spending millions of years being buried under ice, which can also lead to a slight change in mass distribution. So what kind of connotations does this have for the future of colonizing Mars? As of right now, none, honestly. It's not really a change large enough that anyone should be worried about it jeopardizing any of Elon's future endeavors, but it's definitely a shocking discovery, like many, if not all, the discoveries on this list, that bring us closer to a greater understanding of our ever-expanding universe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I've been your host, Hannah Thompson. Stay safe. Cheers, friends.